I'ma keep it a bean. Stick to the script every scene. These from last year, but they clean. Say to say I'ma take something else, but it's winning team. Charlie Sheen, fam gang the regime. I'm from Piney Green.
What's good, Shellitronnn here. You can call me Shells, and I'm back at again with a brand new video. And today I want to speak on the team, the Carolina Panthers, picking up 2 new players in free agency following the draft. See this tweet here from Will Bryan, Panthers stats guy. He says, the Panthers made a couple official moves today, signing defensive end DaVonte Lambert and cornerback Derrek. Thomas was Coach Rule at Baylor and Temple. I think this means he was with Coach Rule at Baylor and Temple. That's probably what it means, honestly. Carolina also waived Carolina kicker Elliott Fry and DB Dominic Hatfield and the corresponding moves. These are not very exciting moves. I'm not going to lie to you. At best, these are depth pieces, guys who are going to be fighting for special teams roles. First off, we have DaVonte Lambert, who went undrafted in 2016, but he did play 11 games for the Bucks, and he started in 5 of those. In those games, he had a total of 14 tackles, 1 forced fumble. He didn't really do all that much. He was a depth piece. He was a rotational guy. I'm pretty sure he got injured a couple times, and he has not played since. So it's going to be a good 3 seasons since Lambert's seen the field, so it's kind of questionable there, and we aren't going to have that many defensive tackles on the roster this year. We're probably going to have 4 total. I don't know exactly where he fits in, if he fits in. So picking up a guy in free agency to compete there isn't really a big deal. I mean, we have a 90-man roster. May as well try, and you're only cutting a kicker. And look, it doesn't really matter, honestly. It's Elliott Fry. I have nothing against him, but I mean, I'd rather have some more competition at DT than, hold on to a kicker on our 90-man roster. Although that kicking spot could be something to keep your eye on for the future, there could be things shaking there. But let's move on to Derrek. Like I mentioned, he played at Temple and at Baylor with Rev Rule. Another converted receiver over to cornerback. He is 6'3". He's 190. He's not really the biggest dude in the world, but it's very obvious that Matt Rule, and I guess Phil Snow by extension, like these taller defensive backs. I'm tired of having these 5'10", 5'11" dudes. They was good for a while. I had nothing against dudes who are 5'10", 5'11". I'm just saying, if you're going to play defensive back in the secondary of my team, I would kind of rather you have some size to you, have some lankiness to you. I want someone with some reach, who can reach across guys' bodies in in-breaking routes and can contest at the point of attack on these deeper routes, because we have some of the best receivers in the whole league in the NFC South. So you gotta have a little bit of size to you, and that looks like what this team is looking at mostly when picking up these, I guess, backup level kind of guys, these guys who will be fighting for roster spots. Derrek Thomas is a guy who honestly won't really impress you all that much. In his 3 years of actual playing time, 2 years at Temple in 2016 and 17, and then in 2018 at Baylor, he racked up 56 total tackles, 2 interceptions, and 19 passes defended. Those aren't bad, but also aren't great, super impressive numbers at those 2 schools, honestly. So we're looking at a guy who has size, but I wouldn't necessarily call him starter level talent right now. Maybe with Matt Rule being the guy in charge, there could be some kind of acceleration with his growth and progression, but I really don't see this as anything more than, another guy being brought in as competition, bring him into camp. He has size, and maybe it's really not so much to compete with our corners, but have another guy who is bigger to compete with our receivers and make sure they're getting good practice against bigger body guys, against taller DBs, so they have more competition with their catch radius, catching in traffic, and through contact. I can definitely see this being one of the bigger focuses for bringing these bigger guys in who probably might not make the roster, bringing them in more so for the receivers' benefit than to compete with the other corners. Other than that, I don't have very much more to say about Derrek Thomas and DaVonte Lambert. These are 2 guys who, I don't want to say they aren't good, but I'm going to say that they're probably guys who, if they make the team, are going to be seeing more of the field on special teams than on the defensive side of the ball. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I don't think there's anything too big to get too excited for with these 2 signings. But I could be wrong. Let me know your thoughts. Do you know any of these guys? Do you have any thoughts on them? Are they good? Are they bad? Let me know everything you're thinking in the comments below. And you already know what to do with that like button.
Cheers to you, appreciate the chance. Been told y'all I been the man. Been told y'all I had the gift. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Real ones gonna recommend. Count this as another win.